How are you doing, Cosmic Joe? What have you been looking at in the way of studying other cultures, and what type of things happened to you after your stroke nearly 9 years ago?
It was a rude awakening seeing things we see every day of corporate logos and how they affected me, as I was like a newly born again and felt innocent as the puzzle pieces emerged. The racial memory of our genetic encodings from centuries-old text of occult symbolisms used by the Masonic leaders came forth to me, and as I felt their control, in time, faded away.
But what studies did you do to uncover what you felt then, and who would you recommend we believe in the way of these symbolisms and forgotten cultures?
The works of Freeman Fly and Michael Tsarian really makes me think of what happened to me after my stroke, and their studies in symbolisms we see every day in science is astonishing. The structure of our own DNA shows a serpent-like quality, and many symbols used by corporations use Masonic versions of this nature for control of us to buy their wares.
Is there any symbol you can say without a shadow of a doubt that represents good?
No, but I believe a white cross as opposed to a black or red one would be the best bet for those who are religious, because both red or black has been symbols for evil. In many cultures there has been the conflict between the white serpent and the red serpent in war of social control, and it looks to me by the symbols around us that evil is winning.
But what can we do to see through this Masonic control of us, since the media is obviously controlled by those who wish to enslave us?
All we can do is do our own research and teach this to our children, who is being taught half-truths and downright lies in our schools run by those Masonic evildoers. The teachings in our school are meant to stagnate our children instead of making them productive members of society, so they cheer when someone kills one another in movies.
It is like this in most video games now, to shoot the bad guys, but who is the real bad guys in this world?
It looks as if all secret societies are the ones to blame for this outbreak of violence that our children were influenced by to corrupt our society to be thoughtless sheep. They have what they believe to be their royal bloodlines, when in fact they are no better than you or I in nature, yet they belittle us and look down their macro noses and glory.
They have 3 different classes for all what our society deems us.
Yes, this is all Masonic in nature as well, for they believe they are better than us in every way, but the only thing is that they want those who do not kiss their feet to die. They create ways for us to be oppressed and to starve in stagnation, while they reap the ignorance of us all who believe they are doing this for our own good.
You mean nothing they say or do to help us should be taken seriously?
Exactly so, for they are all part of death cults and secret societies that focus on their own well-being and look down on us as microorganisms. Because they all belong to the same group, they are forbidden to actually be beneficial to the well-being of us, and if they do begin to find some way of breaking that cycle?
What happens to them if they go out of line with those who mean us harm?
Those people often are killed or disappear for breaking their oath of causing chaos out of order, for that is what their secret societies are truly based in worldwide. If you rock the boat, you are thrown overboard to be eaten by the sharks, and would-be is not even being born, so doing or saying anything out in the open is dangerous and life-risking.
It is said that they want 3/4 of us to die, but how can they be so cruel?
I am sorry to say they have their own agenda, and none of us are good enough in their eyes to be beneficial to the human race, and they only need slaves to carry out their agendas. Most of us do not matter to them, and that is why they fail to focus on the poor whose blood, sweat and tears help make this planet what it is today, and there is no safe haven. Yes, they have their underground safe havens which they believe will save them from the onslaught of disasters they intend to unleash upon the surface world.
Why do you think this will backfire on them? How will we be prepared for just such an event of this proportion? Will we ever be truly free of their social control of us?
Their plan could backfire if there is no planet to control and have a form of protection ready and stock up on stuff that would keep you alive, only abolishing their control over us.